Hey everybody, so today we're going to be going through a little more detail on the Dewalt ToughSystem Radio+Charger 2.0. So please stick around, check out the video, and I will see you there. Thanks for watching. Alright everybody, so I've been using this stereo quite a bit in the last 2 days. I have a FlexVolt 6 amp hour, 2 amp hour, 60 volt, 20 volt battery in it. I used it for almost 7 hours straight. The battery still has power. Turn it on real quick. I'm going to run down through some features that I see on this unit where the 1.0 is a little different. On the 1.0, the power button is not the volume knob, it's actually right here on the side, as well as these two arrows I believe are on this side. The home button is on this side, and there's another button on this side. I don't remember. Oh, the power button's here. I believe these two arrows, the home button, and something else. On the version 1.0, these censored buttons right here are actually tactile switches 1 through 6 on this side, and the 1.0 does not have the DRC button. So the DRC switches it from indoor to outdoor. So it took a little getting used to. You push the DRC switch, and then you have to click one of these, one or two up here, for indoor or outdoor. The screen is not a touch screen, but these sensor buttons are touch buttons. It's hooked up to my phone right now, which is my Galaxy. It is quite loud. And that 7 hours that I was running it with this 2 amp hour FlexVolt battery and 6 amp hour FlexVolt battery, I was running it on max volume that entire time. And right now it says there's 1 bar left on the stereo. And then if we move this forward, I don't know if the camera can see it. There's 1 bar left on the battery. So I also put a USB-A to USB-C fast cable in here. I do have a couple pet peeves that I don't like about this stereo, and it has nothing to do with the stereo itself. So I'm going to grab a couple items here. So I have this 20 volt Dewalt 2 amp hour battery with this USB power source. The input is 8 volts, 20 to 22 volts. Output is 5 volt to 1.5 amp. So when I plug in my phone, as an example, and this is just an anchor cable that I have available. If I plug my phone into this Dewalt bank, I'm not really sure what my phone is. My phone is a Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G. Mine has rapid charge. It's got 87%. Okay, so plug it in. It says 26 minutes until full charge. It does not say fast charging. But what's funny and what's odd to me is if I unplug this unit, I plug in the Milwaukee's compact charger and power source for M12. If I plug this one in, push the button, it says fast charging 26 minutes. So funny is this does not do fast charging, but it will charge my phone in the same amount of time as the Milwaukee that does have fast charging, exactly 26 minutes for both units. Now, I've also plugged my phone in to the 25-watt charger that came with this phone, and it will say the exact same thing. It says fast charging 26 minutes, just like this charger. So let me walk you over to the couch. Grab the plug. So this is, let me turn the light on real quick. This is the Samsung travel adapter, model EP-TA800. Does 5 volt, 3 amp, 5 volt, 5 volt, 3 amp, 9 volt, 2.77 amp. And this is the 25-watt charger, super fast charger that came with my phone. So I'm going to plug it back in. It's not easy to do this one-handed. Okay. So, turn this light off real quick. Okay. Here's the cable that's plugged into it, which is a USB-C to USB-C cable. It says fast charging, 26 minutes until full, which is at 88%. So the Milwaukee charger charges just as fast as the 25-watt charger that came with the phone. Now, the one thing I don't like about the stereo, so we get back to subject, is that the stereo has and to give a little more information, the Dewalt has what looks like the black USB 2.0 ports. The Milwaukee has what looks like unplug it first. Looks like it has a USB 1.0 port, which is white. Now this one's white. Now the color doesn't mean anything, but the colors used to mean a lot. The white would be the original 1.0 USB. It was not very fast. I think it was only like 5 or 6 megabytes a second, something like that. The black was supposed to be a little faster. I think it was like 200 megabytes transfer speed. Then you have the blue, which is the 3.0, which is a couple gigs per second, something like that. I would actually have to go look up the specs. I haven't looked them up in a while. But my point is this one actually has a USB 3.0 port. It's blue, but it does not act as a 3.0 port. And this cable is also a 3.0 cable. Sorry guys, knocking you over already. So we're gonna plug the cable in, and then I'm going to plug the phone in. It just says charging 26 minutes until full. Now, it's saying 26 minutes till full, but it does not actually charge that fast. I noticed this stereo, so now it says 27 minutes instead of 26. I noticed it charges kind of slow, which is kind of a downside in my opinion about this stereo. I kind of wish they would have put the faster chip and attached the 3.0 USB port to a faster chip. It would have made it capable of putting out fast charging for these newer devices. It does fit this device, and you're able to close it. That is a plus to me. It does seal, no problems. So it does fit the phone, which I like because it's one of the newer large devices. I do not have a 12 amp hour battery, but I'm pretty positive it would fit the 12 amp hour battery. I do like it's got its plug stored nicely in this corner right here, and the wire is tucked behind the phone holder. The other thing that I think is nice about this unit is the seals seal very nicely. Now, to go over some of the features, you have to go to, if you have Android, you have to go to the Play Store and you have to download Dewalt Sound. Looks like that. Now, some of the features I do like about this stereo are FM radio. You can, sorry guys, FM radio you can customize up to 12 channels. The library shows all the music that's in your personal device. Which I have over, I think, like 30 or 40,000 songs in my actual phone, in my memory card. You have a favorite section, which shows all the FM radio stations that you favorited. The settings, basic settings section, disconnect this device, connect another device, language. What else I do like is that you go up to this corner tab up here, the three-way. It's actually an equalizer. It does have a three-way equalizer, and the DRC is actually set in here. You can switch it from your phone. The outdoor, I've had it on outdoor for that 7 hours I was playing it, music on it, and it did an amazing job. The outdoor does make it a lot louder. The indoor, it quiets the speakers down. Even at max volume, it quiets the stereo. So if you're outdoors, the outdoor feature is a must to use. It works great. You do not need the app to use any of these features other than the equalizer. The equalizer you cannot use on here for some reason. The app is pretty basic. If you want to play music on your phone, you can. One thing I don't like about the Dewalt app is when you play the music through the Dewalt app, it does not read. It says not provided for the information. But if I close the Dewalt app and I open, for an example, Power Amp, which I have my music on, if I push play, this is Enemies by Shinedown. It actually reads Enemies by Shinedown. So the stereo itself, the screen, actually does read when you're using your own music player. The other nice thing is you can use this stereo on any other music provider. I just happened to forgot it was connected. I didn't turn it off, and I was watching YouTube, and the YouTube music conversation, the videos I was watching was coming straight through the stereo. So you can, if you wanted to, you can open Netflix, you can watch a movie with this being your movie speaker. You could watch Hulu or HBO or your DirecTV on your phone if you have DirecTV. You can play with Power Amp or Sirius XM radio, which I have Sirius XM radio. I have Live X Live, which used to be called Slacker Radio. I have Pandora, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Amazon Music. I have Player Pro, which is similar to Power Amp. I have Scanner Radio, which is if you want to listen to police calls, fire calls, stuff like that. I have Slacker Studio, Audibles, Spotify, and Stations. These are just some of the ones I have on my phone. And you can basically use any service that's connected to Bluetooth. That's a feature I like. Now get back to the stereo. Your volume knob, when it comes to the FM radio, you click the home button, the little house, you click on FM. Now you push the arrows, you use the knob to scroll. How you change the stations that way, or set a station if you want. Okay. It's getting a little used to is kind of difficult on this stereo because the first time I was trying to do there you go. If you click the power button, it'll give you the option for manual tune or auto tune. Click on auto tune. So these arrows allow you to go between 1 through 6 and 7 through 12 on these sensor buttons for your presets. Now, when you have it on auto tune, you basically push auto tune, and you have to do this every time, which is kind of annoying. There you go. This will get you guys a little closer, okay? So it's on auto tune. You turn the dial to select the station you're looking for, and then you push the power button to lock that station in to play music. Every time you want to use the auto tune, because after you push the power button it automatically turns it for the volume, you have to push that power button again, then you have to click auto tune again, and then you dial through the next station, and then you set it just like that, which can get a little cumbersome, which I found it easier to use the phone to do the FM radio if you want to use the FM radio. But I didn't buy this for the FM radio. I bought it specifically for the Bluetooth functions. So as an example, if you click that again, you click manual tune, you can manually tune, where it will allow you to tune to every available station even if it has no signal. So auto tune only works for the channels that have actual signal that you can hear and listen to the music. Manual tune allows all stations, no matter if they have a signal or not. And then you click that to set that station, which this one doesn't have any signal. It does take getting used to with the buttons. If you click the home button, you can click on DRC in this corner and set your indoor outdoor. You can click on home again. You can click up here for FM. You can click this top corner for Bluetooth, this one for auxiliary, and this one for settings. And settings, it has system, sound, display, Bluetooth, system. For an example, let's go to settings, click on system. System gives you language, system beep, sleep, and reset. Click on settings, go back to that menu again. You can click on sound, and you can actually adjust it. I did not know that until just now in the video. You can adjust the bass, treble, and mid-range on the stereo, so you don't necessarily need to use the app, but the app allows you to get to these functions easier. You click on display, and you can lower the brightness. Adjust the auto dim is disabled. You can flip the display. You can set the display to auto. So those are those functions. Click on settings again. You can click on Bluetooth, and this just says Antonio Gala, which is talking about my Galaxy. Click on settings again. Click on FM, and it gives you the manual and auto tune. So you can find the manual and auto tune in the settings. I do like that they combined and made less buttons. I do like that the power button is on the volume knob. I do like that all the buttons light up, including the ring around the power button, which is nice. These all do stay on no matter how long you're playing with the stereo. All these lights are constantly on. I'm sure that's why they put the brightness settings in there and the auto dim and the, I'd assume if you pick up the stereo and you stand it up on end, that the screen will auto rotate to make it more optimal for viewing for that. It does have the power plug indicator up here and the Bluetooth indicator. If I click on home and I click on Bluetooth, it will automatically turn blue when it connects to my device. So the Bluetooth is only on when it's in Bluetooth mode. It's not on at any other time. So if you don't want your phone connected to it, you just want to listen to the FM radio, you can. So I just wanted to give some more in-depth details about it. The hinges are nice for the stereo, for locking in something on top of it. I don't have any ToughSystem boxes. I bought it because it was a stereo. I will end up getting the Milwaukee pack-out radio. So for whatever reason the camera shut off and it kind of made some weird noise, lost audio. But I'm going to be getting the new Milwaukee pack-out radio when it comes out. I'm not sure how soon after it comes out I'm going to pick it up, but I am going to start investing into like the pack-out boxes because they will come in handy for moving tools around, especially when I need to go to service vehicles or I get service calls. I can pack certain pack-outs with certain setups for certain tools in each box. I could throw the pack-out stereo on top of that and go about my day. So I will be investing in the pack-out system. I'm not going to be going into the ToughSystem. I just wanted to get this stereo, enjoy this stereo while it's out early, and who knows, I already have a bunch of the Dewalt batteries. I did use this 20 volt 2 amp hour in this stereo when it was fully charged. I think I got like 5.5, almost 6 hours before the battery bar stated it was at 1%. and only issue I had with it was I took it out because it made the stereo, when the battery indicator on the stereo got to the red bar, I noticed that the stereo will say the battery has a red bar, it has 1 bar left, but when you actually look at the battery, it will have 2 bars for whatever reason. And I think the indicator on here is not as accurate as the battery, or the battery is not as accurate as the stereo, one of the two. This had 2 bars on the stereo, and the battery had 3 bars. I even had the stereo say it had 1 bar, and the battery had 2 bars. At one point in time, it had 3 bars. You know, I'm not sure about that or why it's doing that, but I did notice that for some reason, the 20-volt battery, when it got to 1 bar on the battery and 1 bar on the stereo, every 5 or 6 seconds, the stereo would make this loud squealing noise. I wasn't sure if it was indicating to me that the battery was dying or if there was a malfunction. I don't know. I will have to do more research and use one of these batteries more. But it was this kind of piercing beeping noise. But at one point in time, it wasn't constant. At one point in time, it was actually like every 5 or 6 songs that I played, it would make this piercing squeal noise, and then it would beep, and then squeal noise, then beep. So it could be just the warning system that the battery was getting low. You might want to change your battery to continue your music. I have not had that issue with the flex volt battery, the 6 amp hour and 2 amp hour batteries, which I have several of. I have a 2, I have a 4, I have 2 5s, and I have 4 6 amp hour and 2 amp hour flex volt batteries. I don't have any of the bigger batteries. I didn't necessarily need them. But the way I look at it, if I go get the pack out, my wife wants to use this stereo because she wants to go to the gym, or she wants to go play basketball at the basketball court. She can take the Dewalt stereo and a couple batteries with her. Doesn't even need to take a couple batteries because this flex volt battery, I got 7 hours of constant use on it at max volume, and it still has 1 bar on the battery and 1 bar on the stereo. So I could probably get another couple hours out of it. I will update the video either in the comments section, or I'll do another video to let you guys know how much longer this battery actually lasts, how much more playtime I get off of it. So I'm gonna turn the stereo off, so that way I can give you guys an accurate, because it's been on for the whole video. So I've already got some Milwaukee tools. I have these 2 3 amp hour batteries. I have a 4 amp hour, a 6 amp hour battery, XC battery. I have the 6 amp hour, the 4 amp hour, 2 3s, and I have 2 of the 2s, the CP2s. I have the newer hammer drill and the impact driver, and I have a couple more items, the charger and power source, and I'm going to be getting the die grinder soon, and I also have the little 3-inch cutoff saw, little bitty grinder. I think it's called the cutoff saw, if I remember correctly. And so I'll give you guys another update soon about this one battery. If you can get 10 hours out of a 2 amp hour, 6 amp hour flex volt battery, that would be great. If 8 hours is the max, that's still pretty good. 8 hours for one of the smaller flex volt batteries, it's not bad. If I do get a 12 amp hour or a 9 amp hour flex volt, I will also let you guys know how long it lasts on one of those batteries, if that's something you guys are interested in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Leave comments, criticisms down below. Let me know what you guys think of this video. If you want to see more on this stereo, please let me know. If you want to see more on the Milwaukee tools, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go check out my Amazon affiliate links. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks. Peace.
Yeah.